Well, with Titus, Vince, and again, it all goes back to what we do backstage. Sometimes what we do backstage and how we act backstage gets put on television because it's so funny, it's so good. So Vince would always see Titus and I backstage. The one thing about Titus is that he would always help make me feel comfortable approaching Vince and talking to Vince. Even when it probably wasn't the right time to talk to Vince, we would still do it anyway. And eventually we got what we want, because the one thing that is the most intimidating thing about Vince McMahon is his office door, knocking on his door and going in. People fear. And the one thing I learned from Titus is, don't be afraid to make a fool of yourself. Go in, talk to the boss. And we would do that. And eventually we got what we want, because Vince wants to hear ideas. Vince wants to, hear what people want to say. And one time he said in promo class years ago, he said, nervous people don't draw money. So if you're, it's okay to have butterflies and be anxious, but if you're nervous to do something, you're not going to draw money. So that's one thing that I was taught by Vince. But Titus, when he first came to the Performance Center in Tampa, 2 weeks in, he got into a fight with this one guy. I'll mention his name, Lennox McEnroe. Lennox was really nice to me, really nice, independent guy. And 2 weeks in, Titus got into a fight in the Performance Center. And I said, oh, man, I don't want to be nowhere near him. Fast forward months later after that incident, I would stay with Titus in Tampa, Florida. I would stay with him after practice and work with him in the ring when no one else wanted to get in the ring with him. When people would be fearful of getting hurt by him, I was in the ring working with him, showing him, you're a big guy, 6'6", 270. You got to be able to move your weight and be able to move without killing anyone in the ring. And we worked, and eventually fast forward to being brought up on the main roster with all the crazy NXT seasons. We got paired together. We got signed by John Laurinaitis on SmackDown. We became the Primetime Players. The Millions of Dollars dance came up by accident when we got our first win. We hugged and celebrated in the ring, and then we started going left to right. And then we just rolled with it. And then the fans got behind the Millions of Dollars dance, and fans were doing it all over the world, man. And it was something that was special to me, because when do you ever see fans, you see fans do the yes movement and all that stuff, which is wonderful. But when do you ever see fans link together, hug, and then sway side to side, Millions of Dollars? So that was amazing. And to see crowds do that all over the world was crazy.